To transform the icons into...
Everyone, Aldbar here, and welcome to my live stream. Here you can ask your DDO questions, ask for DDO demonstrations, and ask for DDO advice. So please be my guest on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live. Enjoy! Well, been a long time since I've been on a live stream. Due to many things in real life, I haven't had time to stream. I've been working on a whole bunch of DDO projects in the background, but no live stream. So here we go. So live streaming. Yeah, basically this character is on, this particular character is on Cormyr, and I've got a small guild, and I would like to increase it significantly. So to boost its levels, I am planning on doing all of the sagas, and picking up a guild renown elixir, and I'm going to multiply it by, I have got a small guild bonus, which makes my guild to have 6 members. And once I've got 6 members, I get an increase of 300%, so times 4 every point I pick up. And so the reward you get is like 15,000 guild renown, who times 4 becomes 60,000, times 4 becomes 240,000. And yeah, over like 20 sagas altogether. Massive guild boost, and yeah, that's going to level up the guild. So right now, I'm just basically breezing through all the Wayloom quests, then Stormhounds, and I have to do it on Heroic also, so that's what we're doing. So, welcome to the stream, and got any questions, or you got anything specific, a demonstration, feel free to ask. Love to chat about it and answer you. But other than that, yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. Hope you're doing well too. You know, I should probably change up some of my action points so I have a sprint boost. Yeah, good morning. I should probably change up my action boost so I have a sprint boost, because the truth is I'm just running very fast wherever I'm going, so save me some time. So after these 2 quests, once I recall out to pick up all the rewards, somebody can remind me please to change for sprint boost. All these hirelings are not necessary, but they do help for speeding up the quest.
Now, their safe haven has been shattered. Slaughtered corpses lie scattered near the tunnel entrance, and a lone survivor of a lone dog mourns its fallen master. Its piercing howl, a scratchy voice barks out orders somewhere nearby. You lot take this tunnel. The rest of you go the other way. Guttural snore.
There's a few different ways to go through this quest, and you pick whichever one's most convenient for you. Of course, I have to do all of the newer sagas also. So, if there's any specific saga, I haven't done it, I can do it. If there ain't any priorities, I'm going to start trying to close out the sagas I've already done some quests in them. But I still need to do, like, the entirety of the new Lemordia quests.
In reaching Harvest Hall, the woman's life ebbs away, her frantic warning consuming the last of her strength. If you act now, you may be able to prevent further massacres at the other camps.
I am a bit above level, so the fact that I feel overpowered is justified. That doesn't mean it's not fun, though.
A strange glow suggests that there's something unusual about the corridor ahead.
Something odd about the hireling trappers, they don't automatically disable traps. I mean, they'll automatically fight enemies, they're on fight stance, but they won't automatically disable traps. I'm assuming that this is by design, but whatever. You have to individually click on each trap and tell them to activate it. You can't just spam activate, 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 and sometimes they'll, if you're like pointing in the general direction, they'll figure it out, I guess. But a lot of times they won't. Where's the camp leader? Camp leader should be here someplace. Ah, here she is.
Shouts come from both ends of the camp. It's a two-pronged assault.
Yeah. It's unnecessary because it just gives you another thing you have to micromanage. I mean, truth be told, there's a lot of things that we overestimate what we expect hirelings to do. I always say that a hireling is a buff. It's like right now I've got the hireling DPS buff. Okay, that's all it's doing. It's like clearing up the enemies that are running away from my melee attacks, so I don't have to track them down manually, which is pretty nice. That's basically what's happening. Basically, if you step into a quest and you take your hireling and drop at the beginning, so then you'll have a free resurrection or a get out of jail card if necessary, if things go very poorly. Yeah, that's basically the philosophy of the way I look at the hirelings. They're not some kind of AI who's going to try to save you. They're definitely not a extra party member for real. As soon as you start depending on hirelings too much, that's when you start becoming miserable. They're really not that smart.
You've ended the attack on this camp. The grateful natives take down the barricade so you can proceed to Harvest Hall.
Right now, I'm just going through the quest as fast as possible. But if for any reason you want to see the optionals in a quest, or side points or stuff like that, you can ask for it. As always, this is an Ask Aldbar, so you can ask for DDO demonstrations. So if you would like to see optionals on a quest, or like the full run of the quest, just say so.
Yet, with the breeze also comes a
I'm not promising to know every optional in every quest, but I know most of them. Just this week I was recording a video, and I did an optional that I don't remember ever doing before, so there's still new things to learn in DDO. Who would have known?
A commanding voice calls out, "Harvest Hall! I must stop those criminals from destroying it!" The native leader rushes ahead and locks the gate before you can reach it.
Yeah, that's true. The hireling typically will heal you and res you. But like always with hirelings, they're not always very consistent. But typically, as long as you don't like mess with her at all and leave her on auto, the way you just summon her and don't touch it, she'll be fine.
I'll take yours! Blood for blood! Athea attacks with renewed vigor as she is joined by reinforcements. More of Athea's lackeys join her fight as she cries out.
I remember back in the day when this fight was super hard, and you needed to have like strategies to deal with it. I remember finding out that you could stand on top of this roof over here, and you could kind of kite her around if you didn't want to take damage.
The leader of Harvest Hall motions you over, eager to speak with you. You are welcome to use Harvest Hall as a place to rest and recover from now on.
Here's a fun fact. In DDO, if you ever have a gate, okay, and there's a way that you can talk to it, or it has any kind of life. So then basically what they're doing is they're taking a NPC and shaping it like a gate. So they're taking a character, a monster, a character you can talk to, and they're making him shaped like a gate. So the truth is he's an enemy as far as the game mechanics are considered, and anything that allows you to go through enemies will allow you to go through the gate. So I'll show you in a second. No, actually, the quick stick build is still very functional. It's kind of not as competitive as a dex build. So since they added to the whiz to hit and damage for monks, it's like, why would you go dexterity? So you can either go wisdom now for the quick stick build, but the functions of the quick stick build are still there. So the whole point was to be able to run around very fast and use a quarterstaff with all the special quarterstaff attacks, and all of those functions are still there. So like all the attacks are still there. I've tried it since then. Speaking of that, just one second, let me just get through this and I'll talk about it more. So you see this gate over here? I can talk to it and it'll open it up. Oh rats, now I should have shown you how you can go through it. Basically, here, open the gate please. Yeah, if I use a long jump, so if I'll stand here and like do a long jump, it would have flown through the gate. Not sure the healing fist is the critical part. I mean, there's still, I mean, whatever. There's not that many action points you have to spend in it. It's, well, truth is no, it's healing fist is tier 3 or tier 4. I can't remember. Let me get back to what I was trying to say before, and I'll tell you, I'll answer you in just a second. I was planning to make a certain amount of builds. I want to put out builds in a consistent fashion. And to do this, one of the problems I have is I build my main character into a build, make a video, and then they change something. I have no way of updating it without rerunning my character and doing it again. So I decided to put aside a whole bunch of characters who are going to be designated for builds. One of the main problems I have with making builds also is I need to have a whole bunch of gear set aside so I don't have to keep on farming every piece of gear every time I look for something. So I also need a whole bunch of bank tunes. So combining these two things, I decided to make a whole bunch of bank tunes where each one is a designated build. And to save my sanity, when we did the world transfers, I made characters called Aldbar Bank and transferred them. So they became Aldbar Bank 1, Aldbar Bank 2, Aldbar Bank 3, and each one of them has a I guess family name or whatever you want to call it, who's going to be the name of the build. So yeah, I've got 40 builds that I'm working on. So I have plans for redoing the quick stick build. So the quick stick build is on that block. I've already changed a whole bunch of things in it, hopefully to make it, you know, the best version that it could possibly be. So I don't remember all the details, but it is being worked on. Yeah, that's basically what I gotta say about that. So on my main server, I've got 40 bank tunes, and I've got so much stacked up, what's it called, items. It's crazy. My level 29 build, I had to have its bank increased. I bought some extra bank space. It has right now 200 bank slots, and they're almost all full with the level 29 gear, because there's so much 29 gear. It's crazy. Yeah, but the next build is coming up, is basically virtually ready. No, all of my characters are all Aldbar with the proper spelling, so it's Aldbar Bank 1 or Aldbar 101. I've got on Thalanis. I had on Thalanis a character called Aldbar, who was my main over there. I used to play with Axel a lot of raids, so I invested a lot in that character. And when I moved them over to Shadowdale, I first created a whole bunch of extra characters. And once I had 100 extra characters, I copied it over, and I got the name Aldbar 101. Because Aldbar 100 wasn't as cool as Aldbar 101. It's easier to say it. So yeah, I've got a character called Aldbar 101, who's basically meant for raids. My main, who was called Warjack, became Aldbar. My previous old Aldbar, the original, my first character I ever created, got passed over to Moonsea. He's got his own guild over there. I gave him gear for level 20 and level 30, and I TR'd him this last week. So he's going to be working on him. I also made one for Thrain, which was a character called Greenhand, which was one of the characters I used. I used him for the He was using the free-to-play quick-stick build when I recorded most of the Feywild solo walkthrough and guide videos. And he was supposed to be my next build, but it didn't work. And so I TR'd him also. He's on Thrain. Same story as Moonsea. He's got level 20 gear, level 30 gear. Should be able to flag for all raids and be there for raids. Yeah, a lot of infrastructure was set up during the transfers. I hope to cash in and all of it soon. So yeah, that's the good news. The good news is that the next build is coming very, very soon. I wonder if anybody remembers, but about 3 years ago, right after I finished the Samurai, not Samurai build, not Brassfire, what is it called? What's that? Phoenix build, sorry. I had a Phoenix build and I asked players if I gave an option of like 5 builds in a video, and I asked players to vote on which one they wanted to see. Does anybody remember that video?
A gate unlocks in the distance as more lizard folk attack.
Yeah, Phoenix build also, they changed a whole bunch of things and it now needs to be fixed up also. But it still works. But I will do things different. Anyway, the next one, the Samurai build is basically in completion stages. I need to record all the footage and everything. And hopefully,
The voice taunts you for
this time I made 2 versions of the build from the get-go. I made a first life character, the typical build, and then I made also an iconic version with a whole bunch of past lives and stuff like that, so you can have the contrast between the two of them. So if you're a veteran player, you're like, well, I'm not a first life character, how will it look for me? So you can get the two side by side. And for if we're speaking of that, I also need to increase the level of my main character. I would like him to at least get Reaper wings. I would like to have a very strong contrast between the two different builds, but that's what I'm working on. This whole time I haven't been using my regular rage.
As you reach the rooftop, the voice calls out once again.
We meet at long last.
You can now see that the voice belongs to ladders hit the rooftop, and the priest's minions swarm up, ready for battle. Knock the ladders down to help even the odds. Now that the priest is dead, you should rescue any of your allies that still live.
To kill all the trash so I can open up the gate.
You are greeted by
Okay, so I need to remember to respec for
now.
what's it called?
Bad priest's hoard of treasure.
Sprint boost, so I can go fast through these quests. How much time? 6 minutes and 54 seconds. I'm sure I can do faster. Yeah, it seemed kind of a waste to do all these quests again, but in this case, I'm getting XP. The kind of XP I'm getting is guild renown XP. So we'll see at the end just how high I can get my guild. So, does anybody have a request for a specific saga before I move on? If not, I'm going to be doing this saga on Heroic or Stormhorns on Epic. I'm going to go check my saga progress and see how many more quests I have to do. I'm pretty sure I need to do all of the heroics. And not many more epics. So yeah, if there's any quests in a saga, and I haven't done it yet. I mean, some sagas I've done already. I'm not going to do the Menace of the Underdark regular saga because it's done. You want to see me try to see if I can unlock Von 5 solo? Or are you saying you've done it successfully? Well, the truth is I've made a video showing my current best method of trying to do that. It's actually, I think it's a short. This is heroic. I haven't done any of the quests. Yeah, but right now we're focusing on sagas, so we got a saga. I've just completed another saga. This one's completed. Druid's Curse. What is this one? Epics. I need to do druids on epics. Yeah, I did High Road. I didn't do druids. So any other sagas that somebody wants to see? This is your chance before I start running Wayloon or something like that. Let's do a blitz druids. There is an optional in this chain that is basically impossible to solo. And I have still been working on it like crazy. I don't know any new recent out-of-bound stuff. My favorite one is the one in Feywild, and there's the one in the public area of Sharn. Those are the two, like, the biggest out-of-bound ones.
As you enter Uth Lodge, you are greeted only by silence and a strange smell. A smell like a weed-choked garden after a rain.
I'm gonna assume you know both of... You know Feywild and you know Sharn.
There is some kind of wooden man beyond the root wall. Woodrow.
The one in Feywild is inside of the Feywild wilderness area,
Fellow defenders
and the one
has
in
joined
Sharn is in the public area.
ire. He is coming this way. The woodwode falls to the ground. He will not defend this strange wilderness any longer. A door slams shut ahead. Was that a human form passing through it?
If anyone wants to see one of those out of bounds areas, I guess we can show it off.
A lithe, gray-clad figure.
There's also an out of bounds area in the lower docks of Sharn.
Friend or foe, you will likely cross paths again.
There's a minor out of bounds area in House Cannith.
Something rustles in the deep foliage of the room. A second woodward can just be seen, standing deep within it.
You've never been able to do this particular optional on Elite, on Epic Elite.
Defeating the other creatures has angered the woodward.
Well, there you go. That was it. First time on stream.
To fight. The strange forest overtaking Uth Lodge now has one fewer defenders.
Well, that was the first time.
It's the man in gray.
Glad I caught it on the stream.
Always one step ahead. Plants have broken through the roof with unnatural force. A third woodward is tending them.
Told me that the third woodwold is taking notice, but I don't know where he is. Looks like I broke it or something. Hirelings clearly see something that I don't see, but whatever. Too bad we can't have everything.
The air in the cellar is chilled and damp. That smell, the smell of corruption. Look sharp!
So any other requests?
Well met! I had grown weary of naught but bark and leaves for company. You are aware this place is far from safe, yes?
Oh, I forgot to take my sprint boost, of course.
Danger is an old song in your songbook, I can see.
You gotta remember to do it before next quest.
I am a harper, as much by smell as by sight. It is clear that the Dryad and her tree are the source of the corruption. There!
Well, that quest is over. And I wonder how much time it took me. Four minutes and 41 seconds. I need to remember to change my action points. I need to remember to change my action points. Okay, action points before I forget. Sprint boost, it's in here. What am I going to give up for it? The War Chanter. They're imbued. Rogue or Dark Hunter, which one will give better DPS? I'm assuming you're not going to be using like. Are you going to be using Vistani? I mean, what stat are you using? Are you going for like intelligence? Are you going for dex, strength, or you just want to have the best DPS and you don't care about any of that? I mean, Dark Hunter is going to have a spell called not Animal Growth, Ram's Might. Well, that's another 4 strength you can get because you can double it in Primal Avatar. But it's like, I don't think there's a significant boost for either one. The Rogue will have more. The Rogue will probably have more. What's it called? Sneak attack dice than the Dark Hunter. So if you're not going to be the primary, if you're not going to be the tank, and you're going to be always getting sneak attack dice, so the Rogue will be the way to go. Rogue will have less self-healing and will be squishier, and dead characters don't do DPS. So keep that in mind. If you are a Dark Hunter, you'll be more defensive and medium armor, but you're not going to get evasion unless you take it out of the Epic Destiny trees. Like here, you take it from the Shadow Dancer. Core 3 Shadow Dancer, and then you can go for light armor, even if you go for whatever it's called, Dark Hunter. If you really want to be a good tramper, so then yeah, you want to go Rogue, and Rogue will have more action points. It's hard for me to tell you exactly which one's better because it's just so many different variables. So tell me a little bit more maybe of what you care about a lot, and maybe I can help you. I mean, Pure Rogue has some really cool feats, the defensive tumble, and a whole bunch of other things that are really, really good for it. So, potentially, pure DPS, it's a bit more of a glass cannon, I would say, a Rogue than a Dark Hunter. Dark Hunter is probably a bit more stable. But if you've got a whole bunch of past lives and you don't need that extra defense, yeah, probably Rogue. Okay, let's just take the points out of here, and I'll take the action boosts. And how much points do I have? 6. Scaldic Rage, and my action boost. Where's my sprint boost? 16 of these. Yeah, that'll be enough. Yeah, kind of a long break just to pick up the quests. Need the War Hospital. So this quest, you see where we're standing in. This is the main entrance. There's another quest who's similar to this, but it's the heroic version. And you enter from the courtyard. You jump through the wall. You can't always access that courtyard unless you go right and then left. So let's do that.
The head priest Jaskier says, take that key on the table.
But try to remember the layout of this particular configuration of the hospital, and you'll see it. I do the heroic version. You gotta kill stuff before you can open up the door. Great. This makes no sense. Kill a will-o-wisp, open a door.
Lies on the bed, sick. The night transforms.
Yeah, the two bosses, one of them is orange named, one of them is red named. Whichever one you go to first is orange, the other one will be red. One of them is a melee, one of them is a caster. So,
Nearby,
pick whichever one you want to go for.
fell from its hand, lies on the floor.
Yep, so this is the war hospital. And this is this particular wing. Connects to the center. Okay, we took the right wing, now I'm going to go for the left. There's also a center wing, but it's in this quest it's locked, unless you've got a lock-picking ability. Also, the other version of the quest, Murder by Night, I think, or whatever it's called, is not covered in vines. It's infected with werewolves.
Bursts through the door. He seems to be in an advanced state.
Here we
of
go.
infection. Strong,
This guy's a red name now.
completely berserk.
And if you do this second, so then the door next to him also opens and you can get access to the courtyard. I usually do this just for the collectible out in the courtyard.
There is another sample on the patient's
See,
corpse.
courtyard and
Been
collectible.
collected. It is time to return to Jaskier.
Just for the heck of it, we'll do the optional. I mentioned this optional before. It was the first time I did this optional in who knows how long. It's so long that I don't remember doing it ever.
Oh, I wouldn't go in there. Mind you, says the head priest. It's full of traps in my chambers. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, this room is just full of traps. But there is a room over here, a secret door. This is also on the other version of the quest. And it has a chest in it. Yeah, so this is where the head priest is in the other version of the quest.
With that, head priest Jaskier opens a door to the quarantine area.
Yeah, the quarantine area is part of one of the other wings. We were here before on the other side of this barrier.
That way.
Also, there's a shrine here, so if you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Be done.
That's the union rule, I have to say that.
Baron Uth appears. The infection is
Quickly
far
open up the door.
advanced with him, and as a result, he is far stronger.
It used to be that this boss was pretty tough when the cap was level 25. So players would come and open up this door. And they found out that he's too tall. He can't fit inside. So you could basically just stand here and spam ranged attacks and he can't hit you. Quite unnecessary nowadays.
A voice comes from the top of the stairs. Ah, you've done it, Jaskier says. A shame about poor old Perrin. But the key thing is, Evening Star is safe.
Got the rune arm, corruption of nature. Well, this particular room, and now we're going to do the exact same thing. But this time we're going to do it on heroic, and it's a different version of the quest. 4 minutes and 36 seconds. And this time I'm going to hop in through the courtyard. Yeah, Murder by Night. This is a heroic only quest, and you start by the end of this hallway. We're in the courtyard.
Deathly quiet. While David talks, the sun finishes setting. The knight looks as though he is not feeling well. The werewolf is dead. A moment
Yeah, this time this war hospital has a whole bunch of werewolves in it.
broken by howls from inside.
Yeah, so we're starting by walking down this hallway. This is where the room was with the red boss from last time. And everything here was covered in vines. No longer so now. There's a bunch of patients I have to bring to the door.
You find sick villagers huddling in the safety of their room. Please, one pleads. Get us out of here, us and the others too, before they murder us.
You've got to find all the villagers and take them to the main entrance. I was here already.
As the werewolf falls, it lets out one last howl, which is answered
I think this is optional.
by more howls from inside.
Yeah, whatever. I don't need it. It's Dragonites in there.
The door to the outside.
Here we go. This is the main entrance.
This
Now
foyer
looks kind of different.
connects the two trauma wings to the priest's
Because
chamber.
rather than being two doors,
At the exit.
it's shaped different.
What is this? The main door is locked. Hopefully, somewhere inside the building, you can find a key.
Yeah, so now you can go up to the priest
Door
chambers
to the
or
priest's
to the
chambers
side
is
room
shut
over here.
tight. Could the priests be afraid? There are sounds of a commotion up ahead in the north wing.
This is basically the exact same layout, but before it was covered in vines. Not now. Yeah, last time the hallway ended over here, and this part over here was blocked off. And we had a orange named boss in here who gave us a key. And it wasn't possible to pass here until we talked to the priest, and he teleported us to the other side of this wall, and there was a shrine here. Glad to see that this door is still locked. This is where we stood before and cheesed the boss. Should be purple dragonite inside. Yeah, right over here is where we fought the boss last time, and the chest was right over here. This is the end of this hallway. Collectible! And now we gotta go back to the start. Or to the main room, sorry. Hope the villagers are following me.
Shouts suddenly issue from the priest's chamber.
I was worried there for a moment that one of them will get stuck like 2 steps too far from the door, and it won't trigger the next part. Okay, now the upper court is open. Her death is scripted. Even if she doesn't get attacked, she just dies. Maybe she has to get close to one of the enemies, but basically no hit points at all. Yeah, this room was full of traps before. Now it's full of werewolves, collectibles,
Dead priest lies dead.
and there's also a
in the corner.
vase over here with the iron.
Clinks against the ground. There was a key hidden in that vase.
This should be the secret room from last time. Also should have a chest inside, just like last time. And they moved the chest over from this corner to here. It's not exactly the same. Can unlock this one. And now we open up the main front door.
As the door opens, one of the villagers cries out in pain. Some of the others look suddenly ill as well. The night breeze wafts through the open door. It carries a low chorus.
Okay, where's the big werewolf?
Are those eyes glowing with malice out there? The alpha wolf lies slain. This should prevent the werewolf's curse from spreading throughout Evening Star.
There we go. 2 quests in the same location, but look very different. Get back to Druid's Deep. Got 2 more Druid's Deep to do. Then we can move on to something else.
You have reached Thorn Hollow, the druid Halsame's home. This idyllic woodland scene betrays nothing of what corruption lies within.
Yeah, this place is full of these monsters you need to kill in order for root barriers to drop. My favorite. The
roots barring entrance to Halsame's own chambers are especially overgrown and strong. They must be weakened before there is hope of breaking through. Great root
So,
barriers.
anybody looking forward to the new raid coming later today?
Twisted force is at work here. This is far from nature in balance.
I am looking forward to it with a bit of apprehension. As long as it's not terrible, I'll be okay with it. I am willing to live with the fact that I'm probably going to have to run it a whole bunch of times for loot. And as long as it's not going to be an insufferable raid, I'll be okay with it. That's how high my hopes are. Now, it could be it's the greatest raid that ever comes out, but I doubt that. I guess we shall see. And always hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
Corruption node destroyed. The force of its vitality falters and recedes. Corrupted root walls wither and grow brittle throughout the hollow.
It's D-Door, it's faster. D-Door, or rather Dimension Door, is a spell you can cast that allows you to click on it and it'll send you to the entrance of the dungeon where you started. So wherever you stepped into this area, it will, well, recall you back to that place. So let's say that you've got a wilderness area and you can enter it from a few different places. You can enter it from the main entrance, or you can enter it by exiting a quest into it. Use Dimension Door, it will pull you back to that specific location, wherever you entered it.
This waterfall remains clean and pure, untouched by the corruption.
Yeah, some of these corners are trapped, where basically just a bed of leaves and it falls through, and you drop into a pit full of spikes. My dimension door's still on cooldown. So we'll just run back. It's fine. Got a whole bunch of monsters chasing me now. Hey, what's up? Good morning to you too. We are currently, I'm doing all the sagas on Cormyr so I can power level my guild. Because the character on Cormyr could use a better guild ship. So I was planning on finishing up all of the different sagas of the Evening Star.
There is a third corruption node here.
Yeah, but good morning. Hope you're all doing okay. Haven't streamed in a long time due to a whole bunch of due to a lot of things in real life that prevented me from being able to stream. But I have been doing a lot of DDO work.
Wait, you are looking for Halsame, says the injured druid. He is not here. He has gone to Druid's...
Yeah, I'll wait for him to finish chit-chatting before it finishes. Finished. And that was 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Not bad.
Is cleansed. But while Halsame lives, none of these lands are safe.
Well, it's very good to be back. I'm glad to be back streaming. Hopefully I'll be able to stream more consistently. I still haven't finished all of my... Well... all the things I need to get done in real life, but I finished one major one yesterday. So hopefully I have some more time.
You are near to Druid's Deep.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward working on getting out the next build guide finally after like 3 years. Truth is, I started working on the build guide immediately after the Phoenix build, and I realized when I was making the Phoenix build that a whole bunch of things just sucked up so much time, like trying to get loot, or the problem of what am I going to do once I need to level up, or I need a character to be designated for the build, and a whole bunch of other questions. And I started working on each individual problem and basically creating an infrastructure so I can make build guides on a consistent manner, on a consistent schedule, and not lose my mind every time. It was also very expensive, and I was trying to see ways to potentially save money. That came to putting out high quality build guides that didn't cost me an arm and a leg. Also, I've been trying to make it more structured in the way that I was going to do the recordings and representation of the build, so that it's a bit more scripted on my side, so I don't have to keep on looking through all the different clips and trying to figure out, wait, what do I need to do now? It's more like, I know what I need to do, and here it is, and it should be in this order. But yeah, hopefully it comes out better. Also, this is going to be the first build guide, hopefully, where there's going to be a camera. So, despite the fact that my camera is kind of a potato, at least, you know, I'll be on screen. Unlike all the previous builds, it was just me talking in the background to a character. Sadly, though, the character named Warjack has been retired ever since I got a face cam.
Perhaps this is what the riddle meant by be a fish. An air pocket is visible in the tunnel ceiling nearby.
I don't think I've invested in the swim of this character, but he definitely swims pretty fast.
Light shines brightly from above. You have passed through the tunnels to somewhere else.
There's a few optionals in this quest. I skipped a whole bunch of them underwater. But there is a area full of earth elementals that no one ever goes and visits in this quest. Here come all the bear traps. And they made it through. Sadly, you've got to kill every single enemy in this next area, or you can't break through the roots. It's like they really bent on the fact that you have to kill every single enemy. There, right up over there, above this boss is where you get all the earth elementals, and they're optional.
All Satan's second stalwart has fallen. You are now free to pass.
Let's go check it out. Figure out how to get up over here. Here we go, earth elementals.
This high rock ledge is as dry and lifeless as the ground below is choked with life.
And what do? We get a collectible. Yay! Yeah, collectibles like this are a shame because it would be like a cool side area if they gave you something. They made it worthwhile your effort. I mean, if you come up here, the real reason you're doing it is for all the breakables. So hopefully you can increase the total amount of XP you get from the quest because of the ransack or whatever it is. But that's the real reason why you would do it. Because that's a lot of earth elementals just for one collectible. In particular, if you're doing it at level. Not worth it. Okay, let's go kill the boss. Druid Stonehenge.
First that bard, and now you. I don't know where your precious nobleman is. He can't have his staff back anyway. I've decided to keep it. But you have no place in my forest. You will die to feed my flowers. No, my friends! He entrusted it to me, young Hunt Silver did. Told me to keep it safe. But it called to me. So I opened the book and oh, what lay inside.
Yeah, so there's a few phases to this particular fight. He first turns into a wolf, then he turns into a bear, then you can kill him. But you have to go through all the phases. And to move on to the next phase, you're going to have to kill all of the trash monsters, because he's basically invulnerable while he's in his animal form. You gotta kill the trash monsters to move on.
Why should I preserve when I can create anew? Such power is mine.
And we won't. Let's go get the collectible. There's a little pond over here with the waterfall. And there's a pile of bones with the collectible underneath it. And since I do a lot of Caneth crafting, every single collectible is important. Eight minutes and 13 seconds, not bad. That was with the optional, that was unnecessary. There we go. I guess we could try to do some salt marsh on Reaper. If I die even once, I think I'm just going to drop it down to Elite. Kind of a reality check. So we got a few on Epic and a few on Heroic. Let's see the ones I need on Epic. Haunting, back to basics, rest for the night, down you go. Danger of Dawn Water, swim your own risk. Final enemy. So I did the hijacked hull. What sleeps below and under the cover of darkness. So the stealth one at the beginning. And the boat. And okay, I'll probably Danger of Dawn Water, I'll just skip. Don't like that quest. Make sure I've got room in my inventory. Empty out a whole bunch of things into the shared bank. Some of these named items are just going to be used as sentient weapon food. Basically, you can feed it to a sentient weapon, and it increases it, gives it experience, and it levels it up. Hey, plenty. Let's go. Do Haunting of Saltmarsh. Let's see what happens on Reaper 2. I mean, I need a bit of a Reaper XP. I've got only like 3 Reaper points, so Reaper XP could be good. But then again, I probably did these already on Elite, in which case I'm not going to be getting that much XP, and it's not worth effort. I'm no longer getting the first time bonus.
The house stands atop the cliffs. A stiff wind blows in off the waves, carrying the briny stink.
We'll give it one shot and we'll see what happens.
The front door opens into a musty, dirty entrance hall. You spot some faint footprints in the filth, leading down the corridor ahead.
I mean, I hope I do. They're very good. I usually use them as set items.
As you
Key's not here.
the stairs, you hear an angry voice. Who is in my house? It howls. Get out!
Found iron key. So let's pick this lock.
In the center of this room lies a single torn mattress. A fiddle moves seemingly on its own, playing a lilting tune. As you pry the keys from the mattress's stuffing, the music stops. A disfigured figure crawls out from the shadows. It lets out a guttural growl and attacks. With the iron key, you should be able to unlock the door in the kitchen. The kitchen is dirty and damp. The stairs up are missing a few treads and smell of decay. The door on the eastern wall is locked with a heavy iron padlock. The smell of spoiled wine clogs your
What is this? If I pull the switch, I think it despawns all of these enemies.
on a bloodied, dismembered
Makes it
body.
unnecessary to fight them.
Chamber. Beyond this door lies a room so unlike anything else you have seen in the house that you pause for a moment, taken aback. When you open this door, you're surprised to find someone staring at you, brandishing sharp daggers. You couldn't just take our warnings and go on your merry way back to wherever you're from, could you? No matter. I'll just have to stop you here then.
The contrast between before, I was just breezing through everything, and now when I actually have to attack things and hit them,
Line this musty underground
it's hilarious.
passage, suggesting the presence of human activity below.
I forgot I don't need to change to a, whatever it's called, weapon. A, Bay Crystal weapon. That was unnecessary. I've got imbued by Shadow, so my weapon shouldn't take damage from rust monsters anyway.
You emerge into a dingy, wet cavern with boxes and containers lining its walls. More smugglers stack their goods alongside the other merchandise. A robed figure turns toward you and shudders with
Come on,
surprise.
quit the chit-chat, let's go.
I knew that rogue was useless, he says. Why our contact in town sent him to distract you is beyond me. The apparent leader of the smugglers glares at you. We can't let you leave alive, now that you've discovered our operation. You should have heeded our warnings and left this house while you have the chance. The wizard vanishes. Then copies of himself shimmer into view in his place. You'll be dead long before you can see through my illusions, he says.
He has 4 copies. One of them is real. The other ones are fake. Sorry about the real life blindness he just shows. They get down to like 2/3. They vanish if they're not the real one.
Your attack strikes flesh, and the wizard doubles over in pain. How can this be? He asks in a pained voice. Before he can run away, you strike him one last time. The remaining smugglers scramble.
1,700 Reaper
presumably headed to the
XP.
ship where the rest
Okay.
of their operation waits. The gang will get their due in good time. For now, you content yourself with plundering the smugglers' wares.
I guess we could try it on Reaper 3.
The treasure you have
That was kind of straightforward.
A decrepit house stands atop the cliffs. A stiff wind blows in off the waves, carrying the briny stink of churning
Of course, everything's fine in Reaper until you accidentally run into some kind of plague Reaper with a whole bunch of other Reapers or enemies around it, and you die, and that's it. So, yeah.
To the god of the sea.
For the record, this is a first life character, 32 points build, no past lives. Feats. I've got +2 inherent strength to my main stat. Wow. I've got +5 constitution because I made like 5,000 favor, I think. See. Patrons. Yep. I've crossed a 5,000 favor, so I was able to afford +5 tome.
For a moment, you're taken aback by the sprawling pit and the foul smell. What vile thing have you discovered? Then you realize it's the town dump.
Let's do rest for the night first, and then we'll go back to basics. Let's try it on Reaper 3 and we'll see what happens.
Travelers have used this campsite to pass the night over the years.
I'm getting myself into dangerous territory. Yeah. Nah, we'll be fine. Because I'm going for XP, I want to do breakables also.
A lone smuggler stands here, dazed and trembling. Several Sahuagin lie dead at her feet.
Rule number 1, always kill the, what's it called, the champions first. If you're playing Reaper. There's 2 different kinds of, there's damage dealers. There's dot, that means damage over time, and there's spike, where there's massive crits. And on Reaper, dot is more important. So champions, a lot of them have a dot effect. So they hit you with some kind of a thing, and then you take a whole bunch of electric damage, or acid damage, or poison damage, or whatever it is. The damage over time is the most important thing to get rid of. So champions or Fear Reapers are the most important to get rid of. Then you've got spike damage, which is typically casters or red named, who can like crit you really hard. Those are second on the list. And then all the trash mobs. Like this guy, who's nothing special.
The exhausted smuggler beckons you over to talk. The smuggler explains that the Sahuagin
And we can move
have
on.
several other shrines nearby. The closest one is just to the southwest, across a small bridge. Two injured fisher folk cower near the foot of the Sahuagin shrine, which
Get the
pulses
collectible?
with evil energy. Better put a stop to that. The first shrine collapses beneath your blows. Then, you hear the sound of creatures running in from the fall.
Didn't see any of these. I mean, didn't see any of them being champions, so I guess we just go for all of them. They're all kind of melee. This one. If you look on the map, you can see like red dots pop up when they spawn in. Here you go. This is how you can find them and see if you're missing any. Got a champion, gotta kill him first. Got another one here, gotta kill him. I can kill the caster. Here comes round 3. Famine Reaper and a bunch of champions.
The fisher folk thank you for saving them. They point to an eerie glow in the distance to the west, near an abandoned cart. It's another Sahuagin shrine.
Okay, another one of these we gotta destroy and protect.
The Sahuagin shrine also emanates an eerie energy. Whatever it's doing, it can't be good.
Any champions? I don't see any champions. Yeah, so anybody's got any questions? Anybody got feedback about these quests? Back in the day I made, with the Phoenix build, I made solo walkthrough guides for a lot of Salt Marsh quests that didn't have traps because Phoenix, well, doesn't have any trapping abilities. And I was like, yeah, gotta record something that doesn't require, that doesn't have trapping skills. So, this is one of those quests I recorded. Almost 4 years ago now. Crazy. Let's check the map and see if there's any more who spawn in. Yep, a whole bunch of red dots. Saw a champion. Got another one here. You can see he's a champion because of that little crown above his head. During the Halloween festival, he's got a little pumpkin over his head. You can spot him from far away. Even if I can't tell which kind of champion he is. Because the display sometimes is like, it bugs out. You can't see it very clearly. Let's do the optional. Of course, both of these are champions. I don't want to get hit too many times. Last thing I need is a bunch of dots. Damage over time ticks. Stone Guard's got to go fast. Got him. Chest. There's also a little optional over here that's hidden off to the side. You might as well get it. A locked chest with 2 water elementals. Aldbar level 20 gear is the best level 20 gear in the game, period. I make entire sets out of it and combine it with the red fen gear and sometimes Sans gear and sometimes the gear from whatever it's called, the raid chronoscope. So yeah, the gear is amazing. I usually make a set and add in all the other pieces. It basically covers all the stats, all the abilities, the skills, everything you could possibly need all in one place. It's great. And my favorite part of it is you farm it out on heroic. And even if you want to reroll chests, it's only like 1 or 2 shards. I don't know, it's like very cheap. And you can do it so fast. You just blitz through the quest when you're over leveled, get the items, upgrade them. The salt marche drops like cotton candy, and you get tons of it all the time. It's so easy. Yeah, it's the best.
Conquer the salt marsh. Sahuagin attack, seeking vengeance for your destruction of the shrine.
Here's where we start getting these orange named bosses, but still you gotta go for the champions first. They're more important, at least on Reaper. And a champion. Yeah, always invest in PRR. That means physical resistance rating. When you go into Reaper, it's probably the most important stat. PRR, and dodge. And then you go for the champions first. And then for the spellcasters. That's basically the rule of thumb when it comes to playing Reapers. Also, play in a group. But, sorry, I can't give you that as an honest piece of advice when I never follow it. Actually, this last week, for my first time, I took my main into a group. Axel was running some high Reapers, and I ran Reaper 8. For the first time ever.
You hear the call of a horn. Sahuagin reinforcements, perhaps? At the same time...
Yeah, another optional over here. Let's go do it.
Shrine to the north.
And of course you have to be a champion. Because why not? I was speaking earlier about different builds. So this particular build, the Monte Cristo build, was one of the builds who's on the list. So hopefully, yeah. Done all the prep for it. I even have a gear set for it. Now I just need to do it with my main, and then I can contrast the two and make a build video. Also, I try not to use any items that were out of reach. So when it comes to the gearing is relatively tame. No like crazy endgame raid gear. This is, after all, a First Life character. I wish these guys would converge on you so you didn't have to go and chase them down. It's kind of annoying that you're out of reach and you have to chase each individual. Here comes a champion. He already killed my hireling. Surprise, surprise. Has anybody here done the raid on Lamania? The new raid? Well, there's going to be a new raid coming later today. Hopefully everything goes over smooth. Oh, yeah. New raid coming.
Remainder of his troops.
Champions, champions, champions. Gotta die. I have not noticed any difference in melee in the way that it plays. I did notice a change in the amount of lag, but I haven't felt any difference in the melee itself. So, to me it seems the same. That doesn't mean that there isn't a difference, but I haven't noticed anything. $2,700 Reaper points. Nice. So what do you all say? Should I try to do Reaper 4? See how far I can push this? I'm not going to go any past Reaper 4, but I could do Reaper 4.
It looks as though many travelers have used this campsite to pass the night over the years.
Can you describe more? I mean, I can tell you an example of something that feels off, but it's nothing to do with like the fixes. So I'll give you an example. This character is single weapon fighting. Its main boost is from the fact that it attacks very fast. I noticed when I was playing, there's an Epic Destiny. They have, you can see it. There is in Fear of the Wild, if you take adrenaline is a button you click. Now we got this thing on screen. It's a button you click, and it gives you a crazy amount of increased damage for the next hit. Now, I noticed with adrenaline that it feels off when you do it with single weapon fighting. And the reason is, what makes adrenaline so cool is you hold, it's a preload for the next attack. So you press adrenaline, and then the next attack you do will be really powerful. So the way you make it really effective is you combo it. So you have, let's say, I don't know, whirlwind attack, which is does plus 20% damage, or you've got the Supreme Cleave, which is plus 30% damage, or whatever your special attack is, or Slaughter, which is plus 100% damage. And basically what you do is you combo it. So you hit Adrenaline, and then you hit, right after it, you'll hit Slaughter. So you get this crazy, really high attack, which demolishes enemies. And the problem is, if you are attacking just by holding your mouse down, so you're just pressing your mouse button and swinging your weapon. If you're using two-handed fighting, so you can, between the attacks, you can hold the mouse button down all the time, and then between the attacks, you can hit adrenaline, plus let's say your big attack. But if you're doing the single weapon fighting, the attack comes off so fast that between the time you hit adrenaline and between you hit your next big attack, because of action cooldowns, the attack's going to go off on your typical swing of the weapon. And you're never going to land those big combos. You're going to have to stop your pressing the button and hit adrenaline plus whatever your combo button is, Slaughter, let's say. So it always feels off. It feels like you're not hitting the proper thing. But that isn't a change to lag. Unless what you're saying is before it was laggy and you could make it land even with single weapon fighting. And now suddenly you can no longer do it because it actually works as intended. So, yeah. Other than that, I haven't noticed anything. I personally haven't noticed, but that, again, that doesn't prove that it's not a problem. It's just I haven't noticed anything. That was a long answer too. The short answer should be just nope. Okay, let's try back to basics on R4 and see what happens.
A long abandoned tower stands crumbling on the hillside. The upper floors have long since collapsed, but stairs lead down.
I'm gonna regret this.
You've made it past the ruins of the upper tower and down into the structure's sprawling basement. Now, To find the source,
A couple years ago, I made a video series of speedruns. This is one of the speedruns I worked on. The speedruns were all meant to be doing a quest in less than 1 minute. That was the premise of the speedrun videos. And it was a compilation. About 5 minutes each video, with a whole bunch of quests each done in less than a minute. Some of them in seconds. And it was funny trying to figure out which quest can be done in such a fast manner. Yeah, this particular quest gave me a lot of trouble. But I finally got it under a minute.
A pulse of magical energy passes through the tunnels as the first lever is pulled.
I should probably recall out and spend my action points, my Reaper points, now that I have Reaper points.
Several goblins scramble up in surprise as you enter the
Gotta go for champions first. That one was probably something light. I forgot what it's called. Specific champion who heals himself up to 100% once he gets down to 50%. You can only do it once. Also, by the way, this particular quest is the first official dungeon ever released by Dungeons and Dragons. And the map is an homage to it. The layout of the map looks like a classic D&D map. So, interesting enough.
A fetid stench wafts from this room.
Oh no! Heal Darling. I probably should get Lamortia
As the third lever
Darling
is
instead of
pulled,
Darling.
the barrier sealing the large
Bit more
chamber
effective.
winks out.
Did not see him going. Just want to point out something. When I boost up, my strength goes up to 94. This is on a character who's a first life character who's got +2 Tome of Strength. If I had a +8, this would be hitting 100. Just saying. On a first life character. And of course, I don't have any extra Reaper bonus to strength while in Reaper or anything.
The mage stands defiantly at the top of the stairway. You're too late. Nothing can stop me now. My new creation will set the land ablaze.
Yeah, buddy, whatever you say, we'll see about that. Hey, look at this little bathroom. There's a shrine in here. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you very much.
The stench of brimstone hits you as the nightmare.
Still haven't been able to pull this particular mount from the gold daily dice. Actually, back in the day when they were giving out gold daily dice, I logged onto every server, basically every day, and rolled my daily dice just in the hope of getting it, knowing that one day there's going to be free transfers, and that maybe I'll be able to, if I got it on some other place, I'll be able to transfer it, and it never worked. Hey, but I had got a whole bunch of other things. But I never pulled this particular nightmare mount.
The nightmare falls, and its flames flicker out. Now, to tell the villagers about what you found.
30,000 XP. Yeah. Took 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. Not bad. Overall, 3 strays. Yeah. It's a pretty solid character build, and I don't remember who it was, but somebody was on stream, and actually they showed me all of the fundamentals.
The upper floors
I have a
since collapsed.
Nightfalls on Stormreach R4. It was like the first time I've ever done that on solo, and it was, at the time, it was like way, way above what I believed that it would be possible for me to do. So, gaining the confidence, and I'm trying to pass it on. Let's go, what's it called? Spend the extra Reaper enhancement point. Or 2, whatever I've got so far. Reaper! I've got another point. We take more PRR. Accept. Close. And back out we go. I'm resetting it just in case I find another Reaper. Another boss. Might as well get some more loot. This particular mount came from the Volcanic Coffer, and SSG gave it to me to test out, and I like it. That being said, I don't think I have $80 to afford it. But yeah. Definitely use it if I have it.
This ring of ancient standing stones commands a fine view of the sea. Yet, for some reason, it gives you an uncomfortable feeling.
I'm going to casually skip over Danger Dunwater. Don't really like that quest, and I'm definitely not going to do it on Reaper 4. Do some of the other ones on Reaper 4. See if the crocodile spawned in. And nope. This landscape, there's a whole bunch of rare encounters, and they're bosses who have, well, a chest with some name loot in it, potentially. So, farm it. I believe that was the second Ring of the Kraken that I pulled today. Oh well. Don't know if I did this quest yet on Epic. I don't feel like doing it right now. No. Do some other ones first. Not so sure about this next quest on R4. We'll give it a shot. We shall see what happens.
The seaside fortress.
It'll be fine.
They're using it as their base of operations for their invasion of the coast.
Oh no, I didn't pick it up. My bad. I guess we can do Watch Your Step. And the one with the 1,000 teeth or whatever it's called. Not Watch Your Step, it's Down You Go. Yeah, Down You Go. Watch Your Step is the one from Borderlands.
A large hole leads down beneath the earth. Strange sounds and a stranger smell from the burrow.
Nice of the game to cast Featherfall on you as you fall down. They didn't have to do that. Then again, they also didn't have to drop you from into a quest from the ceiling. This one has a lot of spawning in it. You got to be careful.
Into a large and deep cavern.
And here we go. A whole bunch of champions right out the gate. They got the champions. We're good. Champions. Here, yeah. One of them hit me with a dot. It's in my debuff bar on the top right. See the negative effects. Plague Reapers. My absolute worst. I hate them. And another champion. Anytime a game puts you in a scenario where you are helpless completely, I really dislike it. So if they say, well, right now you're helpless and all you can do is like move around, fine. So now your new strategy is you have to evade evade damage physically. Okay, I'll take it. But if they stun you and you can't do anything, you can't move, you can't defend yourself, and it's just like you disabled my mouse and keyboard. So it's like, no. It's like, now there's nothing for me to do. It's just like sit here and suffer the consequences. Doesn't feel very good. It's basically just a long punishment sequence. It's no longer a video game. You always have to have some kind of option of something that you can actively do for it to be engaging. Once you take away all the control from you, it's not fun. Champion. Oh, still got a champion here. One of the champions hit me with an electric debuff. Basically, I'm taking electric damage over time.
The rune flickers to life as you touch it.
I just took a lot of poison damage. I'll be fine. I don't see any champions here. All seems fine. by instinct, I just have to pick up anything that I can see I can click on. So even though I'm not using spell points, I just keep on clicking on those spell points and picking them up. They don't really help me. Still irresistible. Hey, you got champion and a boss who's a champion. Not very good, but hopefully we manage. I feel like I'm mostly just narrating what I'm doing. So if anybody has any questions or anything specific they want explained, please don't be shy. Yeah, my base damage rating is 201. I mean, when you look at the weapon, you can see how much base damage it gives. This is just a rapier, which is a 1d6, which is not a very strong weapon. But you add swashbuckling to it and a whole bunch of single weapon fighting feats and etc. etc. Pretty strong overall. And another champion. Two Reapers, Famine and Famine. Fine.
You see,
I think I'll kill the Famine Reaper first. Then I'll kill the other Famine Reaper.
it leads to the way out of the caves. Yet to get there, you'll need to make your way up and over this forest.
I don't mind Famine Reapers that much. It's just the Plague Reapers I really can't stand. They scare me. I don't know. I used to play characters like the Phoenix build, where basically the way I play them was I'll take as much damage as I want because I can just out heal you, and then Plague Reapers completely break that strategy.
One of the geysers spouting from the pillars slows.
Once I realized that I didn't need to work on taking less damage, Plague Reapers are no longer as scary. But PTSD is a real thing, and I still hate them. This ladder will give me a backup strat, just in case I fall. I can start midway and don't have to do the whole jumping sequence again. Okay, I just lag hitched. That was not my fault. Might as well pick up the collectible if I'm here. Fun fact about this quest, it got changed after they made it. Some players found this jumping sequence to just be too hard. Especially if you've got a laggy server. And yeah, I just lagged again. And the devs basically went and they made it so there's a ladder that appears inside of this waterfall. And now you can swim underwater and activate it without having to do any of this jump. So we'll try one more time, and if I lag spike again. If I lag spike again, I'll just go do the swim. Here's a ladder for the waterfall.
The flow of liquid to the waterfall slows and then stops, revealing.
And it drops you a ladder. The one champion. And a Fear Reaper. Thing with Fear Reapers is as long as you stand close to them, they can't do their fear dot. But I'm gonna get rid of him, because if I need a move, I'll end up dying to his dot. There was a champ here, and he disappeared, I'm not sure to where. I think we got him. And 2 more champs. Well, this stream is interesting because it started off with me just running through sagas to complete them as fast as possible, to now we're running Reaper 4. You never know where you're going to end up at the end of the stream. Okay, this room is trouble. Let's drag everything out.
An impressively large bullywug commands his smaller kin to attack.
Champion, gotta go. Actually, I'll get the caster first. Okay, let's drag out the bullywug captain, or whatever it is, boss, red named, whatever. That room has extra spawning monsters in it, and I don't need to fight it. Actually, there's a champion. Let's go for him first. He's more important than the boss. The boss is not going to hit me with a dot, but he will. I think I got him. Hard to see what you're doing. Crowded hallways. Got him. Now I just need to get out of this room. Truth is, I can just run for the end. Or we can fight. Carnage Reaper and 2 champions. This champion got away somehow. And we are done.
A ladder leads up to the surface and out of the bullywug.
Nice,
lair.
another
You've escaped at last.
Reaper point.
A large hole leads down beneath the earth. Strange sounds and a stranger smell from the burrow.
Guess we got the one with 1,000 teeth, whatever it's called. Big crocodile. It's called Swim at Your Own Risk. Now that I remember. Even though you don't go swimming in that quest, but whatever. Hey, 96 ruby of acid. Nice. I ran Swim at Your Own Risk many times, but I was just farming for items, and then I was doing it on heroic, so not on legendary. Swim at your own
Tracks
risk.
in the mud lead to a dark and stinky den.
I can foresee some trouble in this quest.
Cave stinks of death, magic, and wine in that order. Judging from what you can see, the Sahuagin have set up some kind of ritual to control the giant crocodile, and they're using it to raid passing ships. Some of these wine casks have teeth marks. Big ones.
Hey, here we go.
Definitely some unpleasant things living in that water. Best to avoid a swim.
Champion on the shore over here. Yeah, these are problematic when they fall into the water. It's very hard to attack them. Yeah, and a Fear Reaper. Yeah, damage over time. Galore. Should be called Damage Over Time Reaper. That's all he does. One single misclick and you have to like turn a tile 3 more times.
Thousand teeth rips out of the water.
Just gotta go for the champion.
Thousand Teeth retreats.
Thousand Teeth has this special attack where he rolls over and knocks you over. However, I'm immune to knockdown because of my enhancements. So I am not worried about it at all. And I am immune to enhancements from this tier 5 Uncanny Balance from Ravager tier 5. I've got this thing where I like completing the puzzle and only sending the light through it only at the final second. I don't like having the light go through it and not having the entire puzzle already solved. Pointing it out just to say that it's a personal preference and not something that's required as part of the game mechanics. Yikes. That was a lot of damage. I didn't realize that this one was a champion. He's got a tiny little crown on his head and I didn't see it. Yeah, when you've got a trapped puzzle, that means that there is tiles on the puzzle that are traps. And you send a light through them by accident. It can either fail the puzzle or make it blow up or a whole bunch of bad things, so... Resetting it up in such a way where there's no light going through it and you have time to like double check things will save you a lot of aggravation when you accidentally send the light through the wrong place. So yeah, good point. Okay, boss fight.
The Sahuagin's barrier vanishes. The mage is now within your reach. 1,000 teeth gives a deep growl and charges again. The beast is fully committed to the battle.
Come on, cool down.
Whatever was in that red barrel has thrown 1,000 teeth for a loop. The beast isn't that smart. That trick might work again.
Okay, should be good now. Typically, I don't really use these mechanics, but it is necessary, and there's no shame in using it. Physically, you blow up the barrel, and it puts him, puts him to sleep.
Great crocodile 1,000 teeth shudders
Ooh.
and collapses into the mud.
That was intense. Way too close for comfort. And my guild has reached level 30. Did you hear the ting? And finished. 8 minutes, not bad. 2,670 XP. Truth is, I get a bit more XP, but I have to look into
Massive tracks in
the general tab to see exactly how much it is.
Stinking den.
I got, let's see, 2,937 XP. The quest panel doesn't show the extra bonus you get from like being VIP or something. At least not with the Reaper XP. And all of my hirelings are dead. Cool. Yeah, let's go back to Saltmarsh. Cavern. Let's see, how many more epic quests do I need? Give me a list of your quests. I need Final Enemy and Danger in Dawnwater. I think Final Enemy will be the final one. Gotta pick it up, though. And now we saw all this junk. Any random gen item that doesn't have 2 slots in it gets sold. Okay, final enemy. Maybe the final one, I think. I think I'm gonna knock the difficulty back down. Maybe Reaper 3. It's just a very long quest. And if things go wrong, I have to fight too many Reapers from these long hallways with a million enemies. I just don't feel like it.
This ring of ancient standing stones commands a fine view of the sea. Yet, for some reason, it gives you an uncomfortable feeling.
On the way to the quest, I'm just running past all of the rare spawn locations. Yeah, Danger of Dawn Water, I know how to do it. It's just, all you see is ceilings the entire time because it's just so crowded. If I have to do one last quest, I'd rather do a final enemy than Danger of Dawn Water. I mean, if you guys want to do Danger of Dawn Water, we can do that one instead. How about I give it half a minute? Danger, Dunwater, or final enemy? Which one do you want to see? Let's see if I already picked up the quest or not. I should have picked up the quest. I doubt I did it.
Hastily erected fortifications surround a low entrance into the hillside. This is the
No, I did not pick up Danger of Dunwater. Okay. Good with me. I've run final enemy so many times for the weapons for the items at the end. I know how to go through it really, really fast. And if you're just farming the end chest, you don't want to finish the quest. So basically, you end up looting the chest and then recalling, resetting, and going back in it again. I've done it so many times.
This seaside fortress from the lizard folk. They're using it as their base of operations for their invasion of the coast.
So what do we say? Reaper 2. Plenty. I do have to point out that having all of these Harlings as cannon fodder is
Down to its foundation.
very useful.
Was that an earthquake or some form of sorcery?
Send them to fight the High Priestess.
Armed Sahuagin surround an alarm gong at the upper entrance to the fortress.
Yeah, it's this is the problem with this quest. You get overwhelmed with the amount of Sahuagin you've got to fight. And a Fear Reaper. Great. Yeah, I'm very glad I didn't do this on Reaper 4. I guess we can deal with all these critters. There's one of them who's a champion. Kind of have to deal with them. If not, I'm going to get stuck with the dungeon alerts. So I don't want to. I'd like to just run past, but I really can't handle a dungeon alert on Reaper. I typically just blitz past all of this and let the dungeon alert stack up. Not this time.
Construction tools nearby and new tiles.
I think I'm gonna skip this room though. 3, 2, 1, and skip.
Into their own military base. You hear the clang of hammers and the scrape of shovels nearby. Captive lizard folk work on one side of this chamber.
Where's the champions?
Was once their own fortress. Sahuagin soldiers guard the slaves. The lizard folk slaves seize their chance and turn on their Sahuagin masters.
Hey, phase 1 of the quest is done. And we got the flooded tunnel.
And the water covering the floor rises slightly.
Sorry, that's next floor. The partially flooded floor. Got rid of the Plague Reaper. Don't see any champions, so we go for the casters. Three switches need to be pulled. Two on this side have got rooms with enemies in them. You've got to fight, and the other side's got a puzzle. I'm curious to know how engaging the gameplay looks of this particular character. I mean, I'm taking it for granted, but all you see is a character swinging a sword around really, really fast and chopping through a whole bunch of enemies. Which either is convoluted and complicated or engaging, I'm not sure. Again, I don't know. I'm not a spectator of my own show. Puzzle has been solved.
The ground trembles, and the water rises once again. The Sahuagin must be using magic to sink the entire fortress.
Run past these sentries. Watch posts. Don't spot me. Where did this guy come from? Don't know where he came from, but I know where he went. Okay, we gotta do two things over here. We gotta get the underwater breathing device. Thingamajig or whatever it's called. Champions gotta go. Solar cruelty. Got him. Any other champions? I don't see any other champions. Yeah, if you're just doing this for loot farming, someone has to click on this. Just one player in the party. You can go downstairs, and you don't have to do the boss, since you're not trying to finish the quest. It's not important. So you can skip the boss. And if you do decide to do the boss, at the end fight, as long as you don't click on the page, you'll be able to take the loot chest once you kill the boss, but not finish the quest. Okay, any champions? Any champions? Reapers? Can't see anything.
An imposing figure commands the throne. This
Nope.
must be
Just a
Baron Seklas,
yes, a caster.
strategist behind the Sahuagin's invasion. Your next target is the High Priestess. She must be on the lower level.
Okay, second level will be done. Clicked on this device already, so next level will be a underwater section. There are a few underwater quests in DDO. This is one of the underwater quests, even though it's only like the final segment of the quest. Typically, players forget about it when counting off the underwater quests. Like the one in Sharn, there's the one in Red Fens. Can't remember which ones there are now. I'm forgetting them also. Oh, there's one in Feywild. Yeah, but this is basically DDO's workaround for underwater action. Because when they... In regular D&D, you can fight underwater. In DDO, you cannot fight underwater. So... I am technically inside of a bubble of air, not really underwater. That's the way they... That was the workaround for what they did. Don't see any champions. There's only that one Reaper. Okay, final fight. Pull him away. Don't fight the boss. Any one of these Thragen can summon in a Reaper, and I don't need that to be next to the boss. Okay, let's go fight the boss.
The High Priestess has just arrived at the fortress's main entrance. You found your primary target at last. Fool! You and the air breathers cannot hope to stand against us! From an endless army drawn from a plain of water!
Here come all the crayfish that Oceanus summoned in to help us.
You've slain the High Priestess, crippling the Sahuagin's leadership.
Stay out of this circle. I don't want to take a whole bunch of cold damage. Pretty sure it's cold damage. The only thing about the crayfish is they get in the way, it's hard to move. Yeah, and you can loot the chest before you finish the quest by not picking up the mysterious page. And just like that, you can recall reset if you want to just loot the chest. There we go.
This evil artifact will be
2,392 Reaper XP.
Deny the power of the Codex page. The Sahuagin will be unable to
And we are
invade
done.
Saltmarsh and the surrounding coastal areas.
Anybody got any final closing words before we finish out? This is the final hour for the before the servers go down. It's the final hour of the Night Revels event. So if you've got any ingredients and you want to spend them, do it now. Speaking of which, I'm going to do that right now. I've got a whole bunch of keys, but I don't have time for it, so just spend the chocolates on some, I guess, restoration potions. And there we go. Saga complete. Let's quickly go to House J, spend our chocolates, and I gotta go. Just out of curiosity, is there any other things I can buy? Hey, look at this. I can buy this now. Yoink. Not that I can put it on because, well, the ship is way too small, but got a whole bunch of platinum. Might as well spend it. See, no, these are shards. I am not buying those. I'll buy this one. Anything will cost shards. I need to buy it from the auction house, or hope to get it in the auction house. Yep, that's that. How's dress go? Spend chocolates on buffs. Buy a few restoration potions. Might as well. Oh, I've got a whole bunch. Sorry. I didn't realize it's not including the ones in the bank already. Yeah, let's get a stack of restoration potions. These are good. You've got tons of chocolates. I would buy the elixirs that add 1d6 light damage to your weapon. But I don't have that much on this server, so restoration potions is probably the most important. They're very expensive to get. If you're wondering where you can get them, you can get them from Evening Star from accommodations of the clerics of Aminatur, and you can get them for 1 per 1. You get restoration potions, which is very expensive, all things considered. Or you can buy them from chocolates during the Night Rebels event. These are not greater restoration potions. They're restoration potions, and they will only take 1 negative level off of you at a time. Yep, they're good. $105 of them. Nice. Well, folks, that's going to be it. Nice being back streaming. Hope you all enjoy the show. As always, thank you very much for being a guest on my show, Ask Aldbar DDO Live. Thank you. It was very good. I hope to see you all in my next show. Take care. Bye.